Hello everyone, welcome to my monthly beauty favorites and fails for May 2023. Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, this video is where I run down all of the products that I could simply not put down these past 4 weeks. And I will also be giving you some updates on products I tried in my monthly testing hot new makeup video from a couple of weeks ago. Sometimes the products I test out in that video are winners and they end up as a favorite. Sometimes they are complete fails and they end up as a fail. And then sometimes they're just sort of mediocre. I don't feel strongly either way about them, and I just want to tell you that in this video. So why don't I get started with something I have been getting a lot of questions about in my most recent videos, and that is, what have I done differently with my eyebrows? People are really complimenting me on my eyebrows lately, and I have been using something new. I purchased this brow pencil from Too Faced a while ago, and I've used it off and on, but I don't think I've ever spoken about it in a video. This is the Super Fine Brow Detailer in the shade Taupe. By the way, I did not do my nails for this video because I am leaving for Hawaii in a couple of days, and I just took off some glue-on nails, and I like to give my nails some time to breathe before putting on a new set of press-ons or glue-ons. Anyway, I purchased this like on a whim several months ago because, as many of you know, I am obsessed with brows. Brows and blush, and maybe lip gloss. Those are like my top 3 favorite products to continuously try and try and try again. Basically anything that comes out in the market in those 3 categories, I'm going to purchase it. So I had not tried any Too Faced brow products. In the past, I've used Anastasia Beverly Hills, I've used Benefit, I've used Hourglass, I've used NYX brow pencils. I've tried almost every brand's brow pencils, but those are the ones that I reach for the most. And for some reason, Too Faced really wasn't on my radar for brow products. But this pencil is fantastic. I purchased it in the shade Taupe. And those of you that have blonde hair know the struggle of finding the perfect taupe or blonde shade. They can be too light, they can be too dark, they can be too golden, too red, too ashy. This is the perfect color. I absolutely love this taupe shade. I was actually in Sephora today and I wanted to buy a new one of this pencil because I don't want to run out. As I mentioned moments ago, I think I mentioned I'm going on a trip soon and I want to take this with me, and I'm afraid I'm going to run out on the trip. So I wanted to buy a new one, but they did not have this at Sephora. They do have it online though, and I'm guessing Too Faced has it on their website, and I think Ulta or maybe even Macy's might have it. I'm going to be on the hunt for this so that I have a backup on my vacation because I love this. And I'm also loving this new brow gel from Sephora. It's called Tint and Volume Brow Gel. This stuff is incredible. It is my dream brow product, and that is saying a lot. In the past, I have raved many times about the Ulta brow tint, and then they went ahead and discontinued it. They came out with something to replace it, which I thought was okay, but not nearly as good as the original. They changed the applicator wand, they changed the formula. It just wasn't nearly as good. This is identical, if not better, than what the original Ulta brow tint was. This fluffs up my brows, it gives me volume, it has the tiny little applicator that I love because I have very sparse, light brows. If the brow gel wand is too long or too thick, it gets over my skin. It doesn't attach to just the hairs. So this teeny tiny wand is perfect for getting right in the inner corner of my brows, really fluffing them up, keeps them in place all day long. This is also in the shade Taupe. So these two are my new, possibly holy grail brow combo. Also in my testing hot new makeup for May video, I tested out one of the new L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour Fresh Wear blushes. I believe I used the coral in that video. One is coral, one is pink. I know these are really hard to find. Maybe they won't be so hard to find by the time this video goes up, but I remember after I first posted about them, Ulta was sold out. People were saying they couldn't find them in stores. I had ordered mine directly from the Ulta website the day that they launched, so I was quick on these. But as I was saying, hopefully they'll be easier to get by the time this video goes up, after the hype sort of dies down a little bit. They are so pigmented. Somebody actually commented on the video where I tested these out saying that she felt they were too pigmented, and for that reason she wasn't going to purchase them, which I understand, because I say this a lot in my videos. Sometimes it's better if the product isn't fully saturated with color or isn't so richly pigmented, because that makes them a little bit more user-friendly or beginner-friendly. These can easily go very, very wrong. You can go, as I like to say, 0 to clown cheeks very, very quickly with these. So you have to use either a fan brush or just use a very, very light hand. But these are beautiful blushes. The colors are beautiful. There's only 4 right now. Hopefully they will expand the range, but they're beautiful. They're long wearing. I find them to be very silky. They don't emphasize texture. So good. Something else that I think is so, so good, well, clearly I do, or it wouldn't be in my favorites video, is the new Natasha Denona concealer. This is called High Glam. Let me double check. Yes, it is called the High Glam Brightening and Hydrating Medium to Full Coverage Crease Proof Serum Concealer. I originally purchased it in the shade R2. I will put the correct shades up on the screen in a caption. So the original one that I used in testing hot new makeup was a little light for me. I did go ahead and order a slightly darker one. This is N4, and it is what I currently have on now. This is one of the best new concealers on the market. I do have plans to do a ranking of the latest concealer releases, but I might not be able to do that until, well, I know I won't be able to do that until I get back from Hawaii. So look for that video mid to late June. But for now, you've got to try this concealer. It is so, so good. I'm not 100% certain it's going to rank at #1 at this point, because I do have another one that's sort of close. Brands seem to be doing very, very well lately in formulating some really good concealers, especially for those of us with mature skin, with drier under eyes, with fine lines. I really think Natasha Denona knocked it out of the park. From the wand to the texture of the concealer to the long wear, the hydration. It says here it is a long-lasting, creaseless concealer with a natural, medium, buildable coverage and luminous matte finish. The High Glam Correcting Concealer is made with biometric pigments and texture-perfecting microspheres for flawless, airbrushed results with a weightless, natural look and supremely flexible feel. And I would say that is an accurate description. Okay, I've already spoken about one cheek color that I am crazy about, but I've got 2 more. The first one is a favorite that came from a fail. Let me explain. Last month, I tried out one of the new Armani blushes in the shade, I think it's 51. I'm gonna look it up again. I realize these are things I should do before I start filming. That would be smart, I think. It was shade 50, Euphoric, a peachy pink. Now I love a peachy pink blush. However, that particular formula has a sheen to it that really, really, really accentuated my pores and texture in this area. It was really bad. In some instances, I can tolerate a little bit of texture coming through, like with a highlighter, but this blush just did not look good on me at all. So I returned it. Well, I exchanged it for a current favorite. So we turned that fail into a fave. This is the Giorgio Armani blush in the shade 52. This blush is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Do I already own like 20 other similar pink blushes? Yes, yes I do. But it is my job to test out these products for you and relay what I think in a video. So I'm only doing my job by purchasing more blush, right? If you are a luxury makeup lover looking for the perfect baby pink matte blush that's long wearing and skin smoothing, I would love for you to try out this one from Armani. I think you're going to adore it. And yes, it is what I have on right now. And then I have one more product in the complexion category to share with you. This is a new limited edition duo from Benefit. It contains the Hula Caramel, well, this one that I got, I think it comes in 3 or 4 different combos. This one contains Hula Caramel and the blush shade Terra. I decided on this one because it's the only 2 that I don't already have, meaning I already own the original Hula, I own Hula Light, I do not own Hula Caramel, and I've been wanting to try it. And I also have several of the Benefit boxed blushes that I think are fantastic, and I do not own Terra, which I think will be beautiful when I have a little bit of color after Hawaii or in Hawaii. No, I will not tan my face. I will be sitting in the shade with SPF 70 on, with a hat. I do not tan my face. I do not tan any of my body. However, I still end up getting at least a little bit of color on my face, and I will use a self-tanner, an at-home tanner before I go, and then I will use a darker foundation to match that, and then I think this blush will look really pretty and sun-kissed. I've seen a lot of people use the Hula Caramel as eyeshadow, and it looked great, so I think this is a perfect little travel set. It is limited edition. I think I may have already said that, so I would pick one up while you can. They're so cute. Okay, before I get into my final favorite, I want to show you another fail. The first fail was the shimmering shade in the Armani blush. The second fail, which I also used in that testing hot new makeup video, is the IT Cosmetics Superhero Waterproof Mascara. I feel sort of vindicated by the comments on that video that said they too could not get the original IT Superhero Mascara to work for them either. That they also felt like there was no stopper at the top and it would come out all gloppy, the applicator. And that happened with this one. It didn't happen on the right eye when I tested it, but by the time I got to the left eye, dipped in again, it was super heavy and gloppy. It's as if every one of these I get does not pull off a good amount of the product. Obviously you want it to coat the bristles so it works, but it's just too much. It just doesn't, I don't know, it just does not work for me. The waterproof version did not work for me. It was waterproof, but it was very, very difficult to remove, as many waterproof mascaras are, but it was more difficult than some other waterproof mascaras I've tried. So overall, this mascara, regular formula, waterproof, is just a no for me. Also in the testing new makeup video that I've referred to, what, now 5 times already? A lot of people, well, not a lot, a few people called me out on the fact that I forgot to give you an update at the end of the day or at the end of the video how I liked this NYX Freezy Primer. Well, I like it, but it's just okay. Is it amazing? No. I liked the cooling feel of it. It didn't burn. I have heard some people say that it burned their face, not literally burned them, but it felt like their skin was burning, which is obviously nothing that anyone would ever want. So I can understand why that person really disliked this primer. Thankfully, that did not happen to me. My skin just felt slightly cooled. But what I did like about this primer is that it really smoothed the look of my pores. And it isn't labeled a pore smoothing primer. So I suppose it was just a bonus that it does that for me. I like this primer, but again, it's not a must-have. It's not better than other primers I have or I've tried. I could take it or leave it. My next favorite is this nose contour brush from Patrick Ta. I wasn't sure if I was going to like this or not, but I love it. I have a very, very difficult time contouring my nose. As many of you know, I had a rhinoplasty when I was 22 years old. It didn't come out great, and I have wanted for years to get it corrected, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid of it looking worse, and long story short, I just haven't done it yet. Not sure if I ever will, but maybe. So, nose contouring. I contour my nose every day to at least make it look a little bit more presentable on camera, and this is the perfect brush to do that. I use one of many different contour products. I use the Westman Atelier contour stick. I use the Patrick Ta She's Sculpted Duo, and this is perfect for just sliding down the front of my nose. I really don't use this side. You're supposed to use this to sort of buff it out. I use this like for eyeshadow, but this brush is perfect to use for getting just the right amount of shadowing on the nose. Okay, my final favorites are all lip products. I'm going to try to run through them as quickly as possible. First up is the newly reformulated Milani Stay Put Liquid Lipstick. This is one of the best long-wearing lipsticks I've tried in a long time. It goes on smoothly. It's not extremely drying. It lasts all day long. It's kiss-proof. You won't get anything coming off on your glass from drinking. It's such a nice long-wearing lipstick. It comes in many, many different colors, and it's pretty affordable. Speaking of affordable, the NYX Fat Oil Gloss is really nice. And that's coming from someone who owns 6 or 7 Dior lip oils. Yes, that would be me. I love the Dior lip oils, partially because they're just so luxe looking, their packaging, and they're just very shiny and the colors are pretty. So this one doesn't look as pretty as the Dior at all, but it still works just like it. The applicator is nearly identical. The shine that you get is pretty much identical. I find them to be hydrating, and I love, love, love this particular color called Supermodel. Now, I am not currently wearing either of these, but I am going to show you this lip combo that I am loving. 2 of the products are older products, and the third one is new and hopefully still available by the time this video goes live. This is the new lip gloss from Charlotte Tilbury in Pinkgasm. This is from her new Summer of Lovegasm collection, and as many of you are aware, the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand in Pinkgasm has been a cult favorite for a really, really long time. I think it was maybe 2 years ago now that some big influencer, young influencer, I think her name is Madison Beer. I think she might be a singer. Anyway, she's really, really popular. And she posted a makeup tutorial, I think on the Vogue magazine YouTube channel, where she talked about her daily makeup routine, and she showed the Charlotte Tilbury Pinkgasm, and it sold out for months. Long story short, people love the Pinkgasm blush, and now I love the Pinkgasm Jewel Lips Gloss. At over $30 for a lip gloss, it's definitely a splurge. I promise you I'm going to try my best to find you a dupe. So I am wearing this beautiful gloss over the Armani Lip Power lipstick in shade 103. It's like a peachy pink color. I adore these Armani Lip Power lipstick. Usually long-wearing lip products are in liquid lipstick form like this Milani, but Armani managed to put a longwear in a lipstick form, in a tube lipstick form. I also really like the shape of the lipstick. It's a teardrop, so it's really easy to get right to the edges of your lip line. And I've paired this combo with the Makeup Forever Aqua Lip Liner in the shade 3C. This pencil is creamy, it's waterproof, and 3C is the perfect neutral pinky brown. So this is today's lip combo. And that brings me to the end of my monthly beauty favorites and fails and meh. I really, really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and join the Risa Does Makeup family. I do post new content at least twice per week. You can find more content from me over on Instagram and on TikTok and on Facebook. The username is the same everywhere. It's Risa Does Makeup. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.